Yeah, where's your makeup person?
We wanted it to, well,
for the 80s.
I was telling him, I was like, I wanted it to be very organic and just, you know.
Sure.
I am so excited to have you. I've been like super, super excited
Thank you.
because I feel like there is so much information with everything that you have at Salt of the Earth that I have questions about, and I think that there might be a lot of people who have questions about.
Sure.
So welcome and thank you for coming today.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited and nervous, so.
Don't be nervous.
'Kay.
You're holding one of the crystals that is for calming?
Yeah, it's blue apatite, and anything blue seems to calm me. So yeah, at our store, it's located right by Blue 42. We've been there about a year in August. Just me and my sister helps me run it, and sometimes a couple of our other friends. We obviously have the crystals there, and people use them for healing. Some people just love the beauty of them and use them for decorations.
Yeah.
But when I first opened the store, I didn't really believe in the crystals. But I was like really all about the sensory deprivation, and I was like, well, let's have the rocks and crystals and see, and I am an avid believer now.
Yes.
So it has definitely helped.
The deprivation that's the salt tank that you guys have over there.
Yep.
Can you tell us like what?
Yep, so it's a big tank.
is.
It's about 8 feet long by 4 feet wide. We have a video on our Facebook that kind of explains it. It's really hard to grasp the size unless you see it in person, which we are more than willing to show to anybody at any time. Unless someone else is in there, because they won't like that. But yeah, so the tank has 10 inches of water and 700 pounds of Epsom salt, so you will float. You don't even have to try. You get to feel completely weightless. Some of the benefits can include detoxing. It can help with like arthritis, hormonal balance, insomnia, circulation, things like fibromyalgia. It's a really long list, and there's universities that do the scientific studies, you know.
Is
so.
there a reason why you really fell in love with that? Like, did you have a personal experience?
Yep. I was dealing with some thyroid issues. Like, my body was just trembling. It was under my skin. You couldn't see it. But I went to the hospital, and they just wanted to give me pills. And I was like, this is not who I am. I worked at Colors of Health for 3 years, and I wanted something natural.
Definitely.
So I actually went over there, and they had recommended the sensory deprivation in Bismarck. And I floated one time, and the shaking was gone completely. Yeah. I had been shaking for about 3 weeks, and I was scared I was going to die.
Wow.
Because I refused to go on any kind of hormonal pills. So, yeah, after I came out, I was like, we have to have this in Dickinson. Like, people are looking for that natural way of healing.
Definitely.
And I'm not saying that don't trust your doctors, but if there's, you know, a way to try to do it naturally, even if it's with crystals or meditation or the floating, you know, just try to give it a chance if you can.
Is the salt tank something you do on a regular basis, kind of like you would go for a massage or go for a facial or something like that? Is that something that is a routine?
Yeah, it can be. We do memberships. I would really like to see people come back more often because, you know, like your first experience, you're not sure what to expect. And so your nerves are just fried. And once you realize how cool it is and how, like, calming the experience can be, for me, I've done it about 15 times, and every experience is different. And sometimes I can't get out of my head. Sometimes I can't calm down. Other times, you know, I've had an out-of-body experience in there. Wow. So it just, I don't know, with it being so different every time, I think, you know, you can learn from each session something different, so.
Was it easy to come by, like, searching for a tank? Are they easy to find? Did you have to do a ton of research on that? It's just such a unique concept. I'd never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's only been around about 50 years, which in the medical world, that is actually a fairly new concept. When we first started out, I did have a business partner, but she had a baby and she left, so now it's just me. But when we first started out, it was kind of hard to get funding. definitely from a bank. You know, I'm not that old. I don't have a lot of credibility, but we started with $8,000, and then we finally got approved for a tank loan, and it was kind of hard to find something. I think people are more looking at the outside of the tank and the aesthetics of it. And maybe they're not, because I've mentioned that to people and they're like, oh, we didn't even think of that. It's really the whole concept behind shutting off your outside senses, or your outside distractions, excuse me, to kind of go inside and do that self-healing like that. It forces you into that meditative state.
Definitely.
You know, because it's really hard for anyone if you're like, oh, do you meditate? They think it has to be this big thing.
Oh.
But you can literally do it in one breath. You know, and I teach a lot of my customers how to do that because some people are intimidated by the tank, but
How do you teach it? Do you mind?
Sure. So I just tell people, close your eyes.
Okay.
I want you to focus on the tip of your nose. Breathe in. Focus on the tip of your nose again. And breathe out. And you just meditated. Because your true essence is in between those 60 to 80,000 thoughts that you have in a day, which if you can get into that within that
felt
one breath,
amazing. I'm not joking.
it just clears your entire mind.
Because my heart's kind of racing a little bit.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? Like, I'm starting to think that maybe and maybe this is crazy, but I feel people's energy sometimes.
Yep.
And so I'm not nervous, but I feel your nerves.
Probably.
And so it was really it kind of like helped me. Maybe we should do it together, but it helped me this isn't your energy, but you know.
And we know that there's a lot of questions, and I'm still learning. I didn't open this store and I know everything. I feel like, people get a little overwhelmed. They come in and they're like, oh my gosh, there's so much to learn. We're going to start doing classes in January.
Yay!
Because we all are still learning. We're on different parts in our journey. There's different people who have been doing this for longer that we can learn from. And so, even on Saturday, we're doing a thing called an aura cloud reading. So the guy that comes in, his name is Thomas. He has this machine where you put your hand on and it reads your aura. And then it prints out a 14-page paper about you and your chakras and essential oils that can help you and crystals. And yeah, it sounds like a lot.
Do you know a lot about chakras?
I'm still learning. I just, the thing that I really am learning more about is getting in tune with myself and trusting my gut and trusting my feelings. So I just basically know that you have chakras throughout your entire body, and they start above your head and go all the way down to below your feet. And they're basically just balls of energy that are focused on different parts of your body. So you can get really into it, or you can just kind of try to, say for right now, I probably want to focus on my heart chakra because it's going crazy. Just meditating on that one chakra, or using a crystal to activate the chakra or open the chakra, or even calm down the chakra. There's so much you can do.
Yeah, because there are some crystals that are connected to certain chakras of your body, correct?
And it's kind of easy to remember because if you remember the colors of the rainbow, basically.
I imagine.
Start with purple, and then go down to blue. Blue is actually for your throat, so maybe that's why I needed to hold this so I can actually talk. But it's every single day, certain things, certain people come in, and my mind is blown every day. I love what I do, and I feel like I finally got the chance to, I found the people that I'm connecting with, and I'm helping people, and...
Oh, that's beautiful.
Sorry. But...
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I'm just grateful for the chance, and...
when people are so thankful for you helping them...
That means the world to me.
Yeah.
It helps me learn, it helps them learn. I didn't think this would be my path, but here we are, and... Yeah.
Isn't that incredible?
Yeah. So, sorry. But
why? It's beautiful.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Because when you first got into it, I bet you probably, this wasn't something that you expected, and it's been such a beautiful surprise.
Yeah. Working at Colors of Health, I was like, I want to do something to help people. But and I still use the knowledge that I've learned there, especially about vitamins and stuff. But this is just a different avenue to go down, and I feel like I connect with people more than just saying, hey, try this vitamin. You know, it's when people come in and they're like, how do I do this? How do I connect with the crystals? Where do I start? And it gets them to trust their intuition. Like, I'm not telling you what to buy. You're telling you what to get.
Definitely.
You know, and I don't even, like, I mean, obviously I look at the sales at the end of the day, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm just grateful that I have a supportive boyfriend that can let me do this. And someday, you know, maybe he'll be able to do what he wants to do. But for now, I'm grateful that, you know, I get the chance.
Can you, or is there something like a story in mind or a specific thing that where you've really helped somebody, and can you share that with us? You probably have like a million, huh?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah. First one that comes to mind.
Well, I guess for me, you know, there are days when I'm like doubting it. I'm like, this isn't real. This, you know, people don't believe in this stuff, whatever. And then like today, you know, a lady came in. I don't even know if I want to go into that one, but every day my mind is blown because, and I'll just like be very vague, but people will come in and, like I said, they'll be like, where do I start? I'll say, just go around. If something jumps out at you, pick it up. We'll look it up and we'll see if that's what you need. Because your intuition is usually right. So I would say 99% of the time, people come in, they pick something up, we look it up, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's what I needed today.
Yeah.
So it really does come from your energy and basically your intuition, which is in your gut. You have to trust your gut.
So for Christmas last year, when you guys opened up, I was so excited because I've always wanted to understand crystals and their energy, and so for Christmas I asked for crystals, and so my husband picked these out, and so I'm wondering, like, because he just kind of went around, so I'm curious if these were more so for him than they were for me.
Excuse me. When you give somebody a crystal, I think it has a little bit of meaning behind it. So even if he didn't know that you needed that crystal, I think when a person walks around and they're thinking of you, they're going to connect with that, you know, because you guys are energetically connected. I mean, obviously you're married. And when you just have somebody in mind that you want to give them a gift, I think if it comes from your heart, you know, that's really all that matters. So to get into the scientific side of it, because I know people are like, where, you know, the energy thing with the crystals, what does it mean? Like I said, when I first started, I was very scientific with all of this. I did trust and believe in energies, but I was like, they're rocks, you know? I was very skeptical. But on the scientific side of it, every single thing on this earth has a vibration. Yeah. So if it's a lighter colored crystal, it's going to have a really high vibration. So some of the white crystals like selenite, you know, they have a high vibration.
This one?
That's quartz, but yep.
It's a lighter color. So I was like...
Yep, so that'll have a higher vibration, and it can help you connect with your crown chakra, which will help you connect with your intuition and your guides or your angels, whatever you believe. Some of the darker crystals, like obsidian. I have a bracelet of obsidian. It's black.
This one?
Yep, that one's onyx, but the black ones get confusing. Those will help keep you connected to the earth, or grounded, is what they say.
I like that.
So, yep.
I might want to carry that one around always.
Yeah.
I like to feel grounded.
So when, you know, there can be different days you're attracted to different crystals, people will be like, what's your favorite? And I'm like, it depends on the day. It just does. So like the green one you have here is called Amazonite. That one is good for connecting with your heart chakra. So, you know, they're different colors connected with different chakras and different vibrations. So that's where the scientific side of it comes in.
Do the vibrations and the chakras have some sort of connection there?
Yep. So like your heart, I don't know the exact numbers of like the frequency. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, each one has its own, however it's measured. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, like you said, you're learning.
Yep.
And this is so cool. Like, we're learning together too. This
Yeah,
is so
I love that. I love connecting with people, and I've lived in Dickinson my entire life, so I felt like there's a reason I didn't move away. This must be it.
Oh,
But
wow.
I'm always like, Mom, why did I buy a store here? Because now I'm stuck. And it's cold. But people come in and they just, even if I don't know them, they just spill their guts. And I love that because I feel like you should have a place that you can go and do that. Zero judgments. We don't care, about what you're telling us. We're there to listen, and then, we don't take that with us or talk about it. It's a very personal and private thing, so.
So aside from your crystals and everything, you also have homemade like soaps and dream catchers.
Yep. We try to do a lot of locally made items. I feel like they have more personality to them, and it gives people a chance to display their art. So yeah, one lady makes the dream catchers and the candles and some necklaces and stuff, and then my aunt actually helped us when we first started. She's like, what can I make? So she crocheted washcloths and little face scrubbies and these little Kleenex holders.
I actually sent some of those to my family in Washington for
Nice.
Christmas. They love, love, love homemade things, and I was like, this is the greatest shop. I just wanted to buy everything.
Yeah, I just think it's not as typical as going to Walmart and, oh, we got you this gift box thing,
This is new, and I'm so excited to talk about this also, CBD. I think there's a confusion between, like, legalities behind that.
Yep,
And-
it just got approved in January when Trump signed the Farm Bill. Anything that has less than 0.3% THC is considered an industrial hemp product. So people are worried, oh, am I going to get high from this? Is it like marijuana? No. Medterra is one of the companies that we have, and they do what is called an isolate. So it's just CBD oil. There are full spectrum products. I don't have any with me today, but we do have one, and the brand is called New Leaf. So those can have up to 0.3% THC, and the only reason they leave it in there is for absorption purposes. With that one, people can possibly fail a drug test. If you're just super uneasy about failing a drug test, don't take CBD. I tell people with the isolate, your chances are that you're not going to fail it, but I'm not going to say go ahead and take your chances with it because that's...
And what is CBD, I guess? What do people use it for? What...
So CBD is extracted from the hemp plant. It's just an oil from the hemp plant. People can use it for stress, anxiety, sleep problems. A lot of people come in and use it for pain. We have some patches as well. I forgot to bring those, but there was one lady who came in.
It's a natural approach.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I was very grateful when it got approved. One lady came in and she said her husband was basically on his deathbed. And she got him the patches and put it on him, and they're extended release over 4 days. So she said by the end of a few days, he was at Walmart shopping.
Wow.
So-
like on his deathbed and then being
Yeah.
able to just start and to walk again.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
I've had 99% positive feedback. Some people it doesn't help, and that's just normal. Not everything is going to work for everybody. But that's where those rewards come in. That's where it's so exciting because, especially with the elderly people. And we do senior discounts and we do veterans discounts. I think it's, those people are on a fixed income, and they need it. We have to be able to give it to them. So
What would somebody feel when they, or I guess how would they be affected? What would they feel when they're...
have you ever tried it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I haven't, but my sister, and she might kill me if she watches this, but she used to be off the wall. I mean, she was always anxious, always like...
Oh, okay.
I mean, just she could change her attitude on a dime, and she was just a lot, and we had a hard time like getting along because of it. But then she started taking CBD, and it's amazing. Our relationship has totally... She
Just
can
a lot
hold
calmer.
a job. She's like a manager now. Her whole life has really changed, and so my eyes have really been open to hemp, I think, because of that.
Yeah,
because
it
of
gives
just
you like
seeing how it helped my sister.
like an overall chill feeling. For me personally, like we have these little froggy gummies. They're 25 milligrams, which is about the average dose that people take. We do have some that go up to like 50 milligrams, and that would knock me out. I would sleep really well.
So for people who have a hard time sleeping, this would be something.
Yeah,
that
it
would
can
be
help.
great. Yeah.
But we have those little chill gummies, so we have single doses. So people are like, you know, let's just try one thing. Spend $5, get that single dose. For me, like when we go to big cities, I freak out in the traffic. But I ate even 3/4 of one of those, and I was like, oh, I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know, that worry just goes away. And it's nice because that's hard on your heart. You know, when your heart's just racing and you have that anxiety, and so it can help with a lot of different things.
And so you can take it while you're driving because it's not like you're getting high or anything. You're your body is just calming itself down.
Yep, and if a person takes too much, they're just going to get really tired. That's the only side effect. And even for pets, I know,
it's like, and then also
brought
you can,
the chews,
it's not just for humans.
Yep.
It's for animals.
Yep, we have sold a lot of pet stuff. My sister has a pit bull, and he's pretty much insane. So she gives him like 1 or 2 of those, and he's pretty calm after that. So, and we have some that are for joints. So they have like some MSM and chondroitin. So like the older pets, you know, they start to get arthritis and stuff. That can really help them. We've had great feedback from our customers on those products as well.
Was this something that you really wanted to incorporate into Salt of the Earth, or does it just kind of happen because?
Yeah, not originally because, well, it was illegal. So now I'm like very, very grateful. I mean, obviously it's helped bring people in. It's helped with sales. It's helped with people who I want to have them try the tank, but they're just still a little leery of it. So, you know, they can still have something that can help with that anxiety. So it's nice to have a lot of different things in case people are just not sure about one thing.
So people are nervous about the tank because they have to be enclosed. Is that?
I let people know I don't want anyone to be scared. You know, you can leave the door open on the tank. It's not like you're trapped in an elevator, because to me that's freaky. With this, if you don't like it, you just get out. We've had over 600 floats and 99% positive feedback. One lady had vertigo, so she didn't really like it, but she wasn't upset. She just got a little dizzy. So I've had people exclaim, that is the coolest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So
my husband has, I for Christmas, I gave like some floats away to my friends, and I haven't asked my other 2 friends that I gave the gift card to. But my husband was like, this is amazing.
when did he do it?
He did it, I want to say like around like when you guys first opened up, because it was last year. Well, like last Christmas I got them the gift cards, and then I'm sure shortly after he went and did that.
Yeah, I can't remember that far back.
Yeah. But he just like,
Good.
he was just so appreciative of it. He just felt very calm and very.
Did he have any aches and pains before he went in?
I can't remember if he did.
Okay. That's the one thing I ask people, like, do you have any like strain in your neck or your back right now? And I can see it on their face when they come out. They just feel like super relaxed. A lot of people feel lighter because they don't have the
He
tension.
did say that. He said he felt like he was like floating on a cloud afterwards.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah. Is that like? What was your experience like when you first?
Well, being in gymnastics for 8 years, I've had a lot of problems with my feet. I had bunion surgery on both feet. So I can personally attest it has helped with arthritis. And I've rolled the 4-wheeler, so I messed up my neck.
Oh man.
Chiropractor could not adjust me anymore. And so since I've been floating, I haven't had to worry about trying to go to the chiropractor. It just kind of naturally aligns your back.
Well, how often are we just weightless, right?
Yeah, I know. I ask people all the time, I'm like, when have you ever been weightless? And most people haven't either been to the Dead Sea or been to space, so pretty much no one. I love joking with the little kids when they come in, because I'm like, oh, the coolest part is there's no sharks in there. So they love that. So, yeah, I love when little kids come in, unless they're running around like crazy, and I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's...
That would be a kind of a mess if like a kid knocked over a bunch of rocks. Like, oh man. I would love to sort those out. Like, this one goes in
Well,
this
if it happens,
basket.
I'll call you. No, the parents are usually like, don't touch anything. So, but I love how excited they get. We actually have some fossils too. Have you ever heard of the megalodon?
Oh yeah, like the giant...
The shark?
Shark, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yep, we have some megalodon teeth. They're about that big. It's really cool to tell the kids, this shark was from that door to that wall in the back.
Uh-huh.
And they're just like, oh my God.
That is... I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. So.
Is there some, like... Is there healing purposes behind the tooth or energy, like waves with the tooth, or is that just because it's so awesome to have?
I haven't even looked that one up. I'm sure there is. I'm sure it has a pretty heavy vibration. It probably helps keep you grounded. I just think they're cool, so we got those.
Yeah.
So.
Why salt of the earth? What did you dabble with a ton of different ideas?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It is the hardest thing in the world to come up with a name for a business, and I still don't have like a logo or like a tagline, because, yeah, right. Maybe it'll come to me, but my friend Megan, the girl I started the store with, we were actually driving up to Watford City because I have a cleaning business, and the whole time we're just racking our brains until we had headaches, trying to come up with something cool. And on the way back, we were just driving through the Killdeer Mountains, and I was thinking, oh, salt of the earth, but I'm like, oh, she's gonna think that's kind of stupid. And then she's like, well, what about like salt of the earth? And I'm like, really? Okay, well, I was just thinking that, so that has to be it.
Totally.
And the coolest, this was super cool. My aunt, she reads these little daily devotions every day, and she's like, the day your store opened, on that daily devotion, it talked about the salt of the earth. So I was like, yeah, I got
the alignments. I know, my heart.
It was so cool. And my mom and Polly, they have a flower shop down in Sturgis, and there's no crystal shops. And I was like, just get a few and see what happens. And so now they have crystals, and so it was kind of cool. I've always looked up to my mom, but now she calls me and she's like, what is this one? And I'm like, oh my gosh. So it's...
You're just so excited. You can't wait to tell her.
Yeah. So I don't know, it's just brought a lot of positivity. At first I was worried, I know people are like, Dickinson's kind of like the Old West, not up with the times. And I'm like, well, we're doing something crazy. Let's do it.
Oh,
I was a little nervous, but then I was like, no, we're doing something positive. That's the only reason we're here, and it's been awesome.
Yeah, and you've had great response to it.
Yeah, I just, like I said, even if we were extremely slow on a day or whatever, I just love being there, being surrounded by all of that, and I know that what we're doing is helping people. So, when are you going to float?
I don't know. I don't know why I haven't. Maybe now I must. Yeah. But I have this problem with and I need to work on it, where I feel like I can't just sit. I have to be doing something, or I feel unproductive.
I think a lot of people do.
Uh-huh.
And that's where that overstimulation comes, and that's where that stress and anxiety, and eventually it turns into sickness and disease.
Yeah.
Because people don't take the time for themselves. I'm guilty. Super guilty. So.
I'm working on it, yeah.
Yep. People are like, oh, you must be in the tank all the time. And I'm like, I wish I was in there more.
Yeah. Maybe you should start doing that. Just give yourself once a month or something.
Oh, I do it more than that. But
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Good.
I have to literally schedule myself, otherwise I won't do it. But I decided last week I'm giving up cleaning. I've been cleaning for 9 years.
I was about to bring that up. So not only on top of running this business, but you have another one.
Yeah.
But you're getting
I'm taking a break. My shoulder and my back said that's enough. And I want to be at the store.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to take a wage yet. We've only been open a year, and we have bills. So I actually got a job at the Rock. I'm going to part-time bartend there, and it'll be nice to go to work and not be the boss and just do my job and go home.
Yeah.
But at the store, I don't feel like it's a job, ever. I'm not like, oh, I have to go to work today. It never feels like that. And I'm grateful because I'm sure a lot of people feel like that. I know I have with other jobs, so.
Did you ever think that like you were going to be an entrepreneur? Or like that if
I
you
think
stop
since
and think
I was
about
a
life,
kid.
Really?
Yeah.
You've always had that like drive?
Well, my sister and I would always pretend we had a restaurant or a store, and yeah, I just always wanted to like have my own place. So I think always, yeah. Went to school for business for a little bit, and I was like, I just learned better doing hands-on. So, yep. Yeah.
Oh, man, are you planning on doing expanding your location at all and being able to?
I've thought about it. I talked to the girls at the hair salon next door, and I'm like, we could knock out this wall, and we could put a massage person, and
Oh,
I don't know. That building's like so old. I don't know if we should do that, but when we started, we had to gut that place. So I finally got everything done. So we might just take it all in for a little while.
yes. Definitely.
Yeah, people are like, you only have one tank? I'm like, do you know how much they cost? They're not free.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, and we
Plus the
had to put
salt.
it together from scratch.
Oh, man.
The tank came in 11 boxes with very shitty directions. I'm sorry for swearing, but that's what they are. So we figured it out.
That itself is an accomplishment. You can just sit back and be like, wow,
It was tough.
what I put together.
Yeah, not just me. There was 5 of us. But yeah, it was worth it. So, yeah, the salt is $1,000 just for the salt.
to fill it.
Yeah. And you don't technically have to like refill it ever if you just keep the water maintained and keep adding salt and keep adding water. Because salt is actually a natural antibacterial and an antifungal. Like in Florida and wherever it's way warmer than here, they have salt pools and they don't even have filters on them because it just naturally cleans them. Granted, we do filter the water 3 times between each person, and we have an ozonator, which puts O3 and kills the rest of the bacteria and stuff. And then we put food-grade hydrogen peroxide in every day to kill anything else. So super clean. You shower before and after. Yeah, having a cleaning business, I am very clean freak. So people ask that question, and I'm an open book on it. So
About like the sanitary
yes, absolutely.
behind it. Yeah.
Yep, because I was like, I asked those questions as well when we first started. So
You have people who are going to come in and teach about like chakras and things like that. Are there other events that you put together for people?
Just the Aura Cloud reading. We're part of the DDA, so we do the downtown events like Ladies Night Out, Christmas Stroll. I don't even remember what else we all do, but yeah, the Aura Cloud reading and then the classes. And I'm not sure how those are going to work. I'm thinking just a smaller group of people. I feel like when it's smaller and more comfortable, you're more apt to learn because you're not so nervous. But that's why I think the classes, you know, if they would get to the point where we would need more space, we would probably just rent Lady J's or something like that. But I don't know if we would connect as well. You know, I want to be able to connect with each person that comes. I don't want anyone to feel left out. So
Plus also being in that environment too with all of the energy from the different crystals and everything else you guys have in there, I'm sure that
yeah, we don't want to
emphasizes-
take away from that either.
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. They did a psychic fair at Lady J's this year. 225 people came.
Whoa.
So that's why we were like, we need to do classes.
Yeah.
People want to learn.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
yeah.
Like me. So I thank you so much for coming on the show and kind of like being able to talk about the crystals and the different uses, and then talk about your CBD, because I really think that people need to understand that it's not a bad thing. It's really such a good thing.
Right.
Erica, thank you so much again for joining us today on Tea Talks. We covered so much, and I've been so excited to have you here. So
Thank you.
let us know if there's any future things that you come up with or that you want to share, and we'd love to have you back on. And
Okay.
yeah.
I won't be as nervous next time.
So thank you so much for tuning into Tea Talks today, and until next time.
Okay, good.
Yay.
So you just.
I need to work on that.
That's what I'm saying. For
I
ending,
suck
you
at
should
the ending.
practice it.